Why did you do that?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Matt. This is the... My apologies for the delayed video. We didn't do a video Monday like we were supposed to, so we're doing it Tuesday. This subject that we're going to talk about today is something that we both needed to be here for. It basically triggered us both. And so what happened was yesterday I saw the Philip Defranco show. I'm a huge fan of him. And he talked about a channel called DaddyOfive?
DaddyOfive.
One F. DaddyOfive. I had heard of this channel before. I had seen people tweeting about it and stuff, but I'd never really checked it out. And so we dug deeper into it. And honestly, I always thought that we were the most dysfunctional family on YouTube. And we're definitely not. Except for the occasional beating she gives me, we're actually pretty damn normal compared to this family.
Oh, beating? I'll show you beating.
What this family does is basically the daddy... He vlogs and stuff, and then they do a lot of pranks on their kids.
But they're not just like the normal like Roman Atwood pranks where he pranks other adults. He pranks the children and they take it way too far.
I mean, Roman Atwood did a few questionable pranks back in the day where he pretended, you know, like on his girlfriend where he pretended his kid died in that accident and stuff.
Yeah, and when he pretended he threw his kid over the balcony.
But this family basically does pranks on their kids to the point of them crying, sobbing multiple times a week. And this is something that like we battled with a little bit when we started this channel. We've, you know, one of our earliest videos was basically a joke making fun of channels like this that we're talking about today that totally exploit their kids for YouTube views. And so we've always battled with that because, yeah, we've thought, God, it would be really easy and fun doing a lot of pranks on our kids. I mean, that's nice, easy content.
There's a fine line, and this family is going way past that line.
What the fuck?
What did you do?
I swear to God, I didn't do that! Call over your carpet!
Even us, we've been told that we've gone past that line with like the Musical.ly vid and stuff, but that looks like child's play compared to what this family does. And I don't know, maybe we have taken it too far before, but we definitely try to like only have our kids in videos when they want to be and it's something that they could enjoy. And we don't ever want to like feel like we're exploiting them or have them feel that way either. Maybe we're acting like, you know, snowflakes here or whatever, but some shit's just way too far. This family basically always pulls pranks on their poor little kid.
Yeah, and the thing about it is they record the entire thing. There's no editing out of anything. They do it from start to finish, and they show their kids screaming at them, saying they don't want to be on camera anymore. I hope you die in a fire. Like, that's just not normal.
It's like the video that Philip Defranco pointed out was one of their recent ones where they did like a disappearing ink trick video on their kid, and they basically went into this poor kid's room and covered it with ink, and then went and said, hey, you're grounded because we saw what you did to your room. The kid's freaking out, but the parents aren't just like, you know, playing it like a little bit. I mean, they're saying like, you fucking kids, you need to, you're, you know, this and that.
What the F is this?
You're grounded
like
forever. You're awful, blah, 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 blah.
90% of their video is just screaming and violence, I feel like. It's either they're screaming at their kids, the kids are screaming at each other, they're kicking and hitting and beating each other up.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
I didn't do that! I don't have anything to color when you...
Why did you do that? Cody, you did this.
I didn't
You did this. You know you did this.
I didn't do that! That's not my pen!
The thing is that the parents are so oblivious to this that they don't get it. They don't get that this stuff's a little too far. And it seems like the kid they always are picking on the most is the Cody kid.
I know.
And I guess I kind of
ginger boy.
I kind of, it's probably Ginger's kind of derogatory, but he's a redheaded kid, and I think none of the other kids are redhead. Well, maybe the girl is.
The girl is.
But it's, you know, he's got glasses. He kind of reminds me of Owen, and they're just like always coming down on this kid. And then now, lately, apparently he's been lashing out, and like they're not taking him to Disneyland and taking all their other kids to Disneyland and stuff. And like this kid is just being absolutely traumatized. You can see it in the videos. He is saying, I don't want to do this anymore. He's freaking out, crying. And then I think they basically bribe them because they get, they give them all these cool things and stuff and get them to do more videos.
Yeah, it's obvious they're being coached and stuff. They just recently made a video called Blocking All the Haters where the kids are like,
At least you're not beating us like most parents.
That's the level of what's good or not.
I know.
Well, you don't beat us, so that's cool. We're not very PC people. We joke around a lot. We're even maybe a little bit, too loose with our kids sometimes as far as, we've accidentally sworn in front of them and stuff. We try not to, but we're very careful about what they watch. We don't even let them watch our videos that are more about adult subjects. So we're not claiming to be the perfect parents. We all make mistakes, but I think when we do make those mistakes, we know we make those mistakes and we try to change them. These people, especially this dad, he just doesn't even have a clue. He thinks
he's oblivious.
It's a joke, dude. It's just a joke. It's okay.
it's a prank, brah.
And so this poor kid, Cody, is just like, you can almost see it step by step, how this kid is just like going down a bad road. Yeah, he's getting like traumatized by this. The Blocking All the Haters video, they're like, guys, it's okay. They have their kids on there. We're not really we're not upset, blah, blah, blah. We know from having our kids in our videos, kids are not good at acting. Okay, you can't tell your kid, okay, I want you to cry and freak out and act really sad to fake it. Okay.
Yeah, they don't do it.
We've even made jokes about that, like in our intro video to this channel, like telling our kids to act certain ways, like that was all a joke.
Do it like those YouTubers that Kylie watches, those cute little kids.
Hey guys, I hope we're all having a wonderful day today. Thumbs up.
Still not good enough.
These kids aren't faking it when they're freaking out crying, when they're, getting their shit beat out of them by, this kid gets the shit beat out of him by his older brother.
You're moving.
And it's one of those where, like, I watched some of these videos and the parent in me just wanted to fucking freak out on these parents. It's tough. If you read through the comments, they have some like really diehard fans. They have like 750,000 some subscribers.
I think they have more haters than fans, though. More people that dislike them. It's just like watching a train wreck, though. Like, you don't want to watch it, but it's hard not to.
I think the dad totally thinks that the only abuse is physical abuse. And there were a couple times where he even on camera pushed his kid. Right?
I know,
like
right into
pushed
the
his
bookshelf.
redheaded kid down or whatever. But it was just a joke, bro. But I don't think he understands mental abuse. And I think there's a lot of parents out there that maybe don't get that. Maybe they're a little old school. Maybe they were raised by a family where they were, mentally abused a lot. And, I had some issues like that growing up in my household. And so, it's a different kind of abuse. And if you call it out, if you tell these people they're abusing, their kid, they'll just tell you you're being a pussy or you're, you're just coddling your kids. Your kids need to have discipline. They need to learn some things the hard way. You can't constantly sugarcoat everything for your kids and shelter them, but you also don't need to traumatize them and make your own household an unsafe place to be.
Yeah. I would almost hate to be falling asleep in that house because the dad will like pull pranks on them. One of the teenage boys was sleeping in one of the videos and the dad came in there and smashed an egg on his head.
It's the amount of times they do this stuff too. I mean, they're putting up, in the last week, they've put up like 7 videos. So, I mean, this is ongoing shit. The kid that doesn't get to go to Disneyland now, didn't his dad tell him to like throw an egg on his other brother?
I don't think that's the reason. They said he was acting up and he put poop everywhere or something like that. I can't remember. He didn't really go into it, but...
I mean, why is this kid putting poop everywhere? Maybe there's a deeper reason to it, though.
Yeah.
The mom was saying stuff like, there's something wrong with him.
The dad was kind of like sad or whatever. He's like, I'm going to miss him. I wish that he could come. And she's like, well, we're all going to miss him. Well, maybe that's not true. We're not all going to miss him. He's just going to be a problem child and make everybody else miserable. Like, they just say really rude, degrading things about this child.
They don't seem like they like this kid very much.
Yeah,
like,
they pulled a prank where they went up to him and told him that they were putting him up for adoption and took it like way too far.
The whole like red-headed stepchild joke is like being played out here.
Yeah.
And like they absolutely treat him like the red-headed stepchild. Mm-hmm. But before that, in that video, she's saying something like all kids have problems or whatever, but he's just got way more problems. Mm-hmm. He takes it way too far. This should be warning signs to these parents. Like, like, oh, this kid's obviously got some major issues. Him spreading poop all over the house, if that's
And
what
I don't know
really
if that's
happened.
I don't know if that's exactly what happened. They said it had something to do with poop. It seems like they have a lot of pranks involving eggs, but there was one where the dad coached the younger redheaded kid, Cody, into throwing an egg at his brother. It escalated into this huge fight, and the older brother was like throwing eggs at him, and then the older brother went into his room, trashed the little boy's room. It just was this huge blowout fight for like 20 minutes straight. The dad's just filming it. You know, he doesn't stop. He's like, I gotta vlog my life. The little kid's like, just leave and turn the camera off.
I mean, any normal parent would think, wow, this has gotten way out of hand.
Let's put the camera down and freaking regulate.
For example, when we did that whipped cream game, yeah, the video didn't turn out very good because we ended up having to turn the camera off for a while because the kids started fighting. Oh, and freaking ended up smacking Kylie. Kylie was harassing him and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were going back and forth. And
Owen's crying.
Yeah, and it was just like a mess. I'm not going to exploit that. It probably, if I would have kept it all in the video, it probably would have made for a much more entertaining video. But I'm not going to exploit my kids in their bad moments when my child's crying and stuff.
I
like,
know.
especially like him growing up. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of content all over YouTube of me crying and freaking out. It's something that we battle with, where there's definitely a fine line. You know, we don't think there's anything wrong with having your kids on your YouTube channel. We don't think there's anything wrong with some jokes and stuff like that. But there's a fine line there that most people have. I think, you know, it's called common sense that you just don't want to cross with your kids. And like, this is the most blatant exploitation of children I have ever seen on YouTube. And I hate to like psychoanalyze this family. I'm obviously not a professional, but usually like stuff like this is just passed down generation to generation. This guy's dad was probably a certain way and it was probably, you know, tough love kind of thing with him and kind of gruff on him. Obviously his dad wasn't vlogging it and putting it all over the internet. But I mean, this family even admitted in one of their videos that they had already been investigated by Child Protective Services.
I know.
And we already got investigated by Child Protective Services. They didn't find anything wrong. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, maybe so, but again, that shouldn't be the level of like where you're good parents. Like, oh, Child Protective Services is letting us keep our kids. Oh, we don't beat our kids. That means good parents. Now, there's a big space in between between that shit and being a good parent. I don't even feel like we're always there.
So I'm actually looking at his Twitter right now, and about 15 hours ago.
Would this be Daddy's Twitter?
Daddy's Twitter. And he came up with a tweet and he says, "We have had a family meeting and reviewed many comments and concerns. We discussed different alternatives for future videos and ways we can improve. We deeply apologize for your feelings of concern. We do not condone child abuse in any way, shape, or form. As many of our friends and family would tell you, we are a loving, close-knit family and all enjoy making YouTube videos and having fun together. Thank you for your love and support. Sincerely, Team DaddyOfive."
Look at his video from a day ago blocking all the haters. They don't admit to anything.
Yeah,
they're
no,
telling
listen.
everyone that they're crazy. But I think basically they've been getting a lot of, you know, hate comments and stuff. I mean, dude, look at all your freaking thumbnails. Half of them are your kids crying and freaking out. That's not a loving, happy family. I think it'd be okay to like kind of mess with our kids, you know, once in a while with a little bit of a prank.
But I think
like,
as soon as they started crying, we'd be like, no, it's just a prank,
like
I'm
with
sorry.
any normal parent, once your kid is like starting to freak out, like my heart would melt. Maybe I'm just being too protective, but my kid starts crying over it and bawling like profusely like their kid was doing, and I would say, okay, I'm just kidding, buddy. That's too far.
Yeah,
like it's
they take it way too
traumatizing to
far.
kids. The kid said multiple times, I hate these videos. He said I don't want to be in these videos. And now he's doing things like spreading poop all over his house. Like, maybe you should connect the dots, Daddy.
DaddyOfive.
I mean, we've always thought that we're like, you know, the Married with Children of YouTube, and like that we're super real and like kind of dysfunctional, but like we look like the freaking Brady Bunch compared to this family. So what I want to know, guys, is what do you think, honestly? You know that we're not super PC. We don't make social justice warrior content. We don't get triggered about things, you know, but we're parents and we do have, you know, that kind of protective parent bone in us. What do you guys think? And if you think that this kind of content is okay, go check out the channel, whatever, I don't care, give them some views. And if you think it is okay, tell us why. Tell us why you think we are overreacting. Especially I'd like to hear from other parents out there that, you know, that have, you know, raised kids and stuff. I'd like to know
Yeah,
what
what
you
are your
think.
thoughts? Leave a comment down below.
I definitely want to reiterate the fact that we don't think we're model parents. We constantly make mistakes. We know we have things to work on. We're pretty humble with our parenting and we're always learning, but there's some shit that's just so blatantly wrong that you don't need an expert to tell you that.
So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we put out videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
That about wraps it up, guys. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
No guns
Do I
again?
have to do guns every time?
Yeah, well, people are going to stop watching till the end if you stop doing the guns.